Beach week, and we know you need to protect your skin from the sun on the beach. At least you should know that. But did you know you need to protect from your drink, too? Let's bring in Dr. Lily to explain what this is about. I guess you could get lit on the beach if you're having a margarita. We are talking about margarita burn, Dr. Lily. Good morning to you. What in the world is this?
So margarita burn, you can also call it guacamole burn, is something that happens if you expose your skin to certain things like limes and then go into the sun. There are things called furocoumarins in these ingredients like limes. It's in dill, parsley, anything that it has this furocoumarin can cause you to become extremely sensitive to sun, and you get a burn. And so people don't really realize it. They squeeze a lime in a drink, and then what happens is they go outside, they don't wash their hands, and they come home and they have a severe burn that turns dark brown.
I was going to ask you what it looks like. How long does it stick around? How do you treat it?
Well, most people don't even know they have it until the next day when they have a sunburn, and then it turns really dark brown. It does take a little bit of time to go away. Generally, the burn will take 1 to 2 days to turn darker, but the brown skin can stay for several months, particularly in darker skin types. So seeing a dermatologist is important if you get that, because it can help. We can help make the color go away faster, but it can stay around for a couple months.
So I guess my question is, do you just not do this when you're on the beach? Do you avoid it altogether, or is there a safer way to do this?
Well, washing your hands is the most important. So if you're squeezing limes in your drink, making guacamole, cutting up cilantro, parsley in your guacamole, wash your hands before you go outside. Be careful not to touch your face. I have seen it occur on people's faces when they've touched a lime and touched their face and forgotten about it. So wash your face. If you do feel like you're getting a sunburn, clean off the area really fast. Put a little topical steroid on it to make sure the inflammation calms down.
Speaking of burn, and I guess in a more general term, just sunburn, how do you prevent and treat that?
Well, obviously, for both of these conditions, sunscreen is the most important thing you can do. SPF of 50 or more, make sure it's waterproof. And then if you do get a burn from any of these causes, go home, wash the area off, put cool water, cool ice packs. If you have a steroid like hydrocortisone at home, or if you can go to the store and get one, put that on twice a day until the burn calms down, and make sure you keep sunscreen on at all times.
Speaking of sunscreen, what would you say? I know we've had you on, in fact, on the topic of sunscreen. What would you say is the biggest misconception?
That a safe tan is safe. It's no tan is safe. And so people think they need to get a base tan before they go out into the beach, and that's definitely not true. Make sure you put a sunscreen on every single time you're outside. Even with the sunscreen, you're still going to get a little bit of color in your skin. But protect your skin, protect the sunburns, and obviously skin cancer. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, so that is a huge problem we've seen in younger and younger populations.
Speaking of young, for those who have children who obviously are going to hit the pool and the beach, anything they should know in terms of protection?
Don't forget your scalp. Little babies, little kids, they have, especially with blonde hair, spray the scalp with sunscreen, and behind the ears, it usually gets forgotten.
Good to know. And then lastly, a different topic, swimmer's itch. What is it? How do you prevent that?
Yeah, this is very common, particularly along the East Coast. It's a little parasite that's in the waters. If you come out of the water and you have itching under your bathing suit, make sure you go home, you shower right away. There can be little larvae of parasites in the water that can cause itching. It doesn't cause any harm, but it's very uncomfortable.
So I would assume you probably recommend just go home and shower every time you go to the pool or beach.
Every time. But if you feel it on your skin, go home right away and shower.
All right. Despite all of this, you can have a fun, safe time at the beach or the pool.
Memorial Day weekend.
All right, and how can folks get in touch with you?
At www.mcclainskin.com.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it, Dr. Lily.
Thank you.
All right, 7:35.